My people, I hope you are doing fine. As usual, this is Billy Peps Motors na leo tuko class, sawa? So we are going to talk very important things. If you're a car buyer or even you have a car, please stay tuned because we are going to talk about very important things. Tukiwa kwa nyumba tunaingia class, sawa? So what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk at the scams, Mombasa versus Nairobi, because this has been a problem. People have been saying between buying a car in Mombasa and buying in Nairobi, where do you save? So this is what we are going to discuss. The scams I'm going to talk about, I've experienced some of my close clients going through this. Car documentation, when you're buying a car, what you need to check, either locally or foreign use. Hire purchase, because this is where many of you are buying cars from. I'll take you through the process, the calculations, the examples, then you'll know. And best cars in each category. If you want to buy an Uber car, which is the best. If you want to buy a sedan car, which is the best, and so on and so forth. Sini sawa? So, this is how people are scammed, guys, yeah? First of all, even before we continue, for those who are intending to buy cars, there are no cars being sold in Lamu. 3 of my previous clients have been scammed by guys in Lamu saying, and they give you very crazy offers. They can give even a Toyota Harrier, they say deposit 300. Let me repeat, there are no showrooms in Lamu. There is nothing like cars being sold in Lamu. So guys, whenever you see somebody online, guys, why do you have to send money? Kenyans mutaibiwa mpaka lini? Just make time, walk to the showroom, see the car you are paying for, and I've told you this several times. Walk to the showroom, see the car you are paying for, then that's the time you can say you bought a car. But the idea of sending people money, they tell you sijui tuma inaitwa nini commitment fee, sijui tuma sijui pesa za insurance, and that's how somebody switches off the phone na anaenda hivyo. So please don't be scammed. If you have seen me online advertising, just come to the showroom, pay what you've seen. Is that clear? So I thought you should be able to know that. I'm going very fast because I know I'll take some time pale kwa hire purchase. Nairobi versus Mombasa. Now I want to put this very clear, and it's yourself who will decide where to buy the car. Now remember, all these cars are imported, right? Kenya, we don't manufacture our own cars. Basically, not unless if you're talking about locally assembled like Toyota, Nissan, and so on. But majority, 90% of the cars you see on our Kenyan roads, they are imported. So where is the port? The port is in Mombasa. So I had somebody being interviewed in Nairobi, and he said he was asked the question between foreign used cars in Nairobi and Mombasa, which cars are cheaper? And somebody just said, in fact, he never even gave a reason. Let me give a reason. Umetoa gari port. You've taken a car from the port directly to your showroom, right? Because you're in Mombasa. You realize the expenses are very few because as long as you paid the duty there, expenses will be very few. Now look at somebody who is in Nairobi, right? He has imported the cars from Japan. Amelipa duty at the port, right? He needs to transport this car from Mombasa all the way to Nairobi, either being driven by atalipa driver or being ferried on lorries and so on. So charges are more. Are we together? Then aweke profit yake. That's why foreign used cars in Mombasa are cheaper. I think that is just basic knowledge. Hata hapo hakuna sijui mahesabu gani. It is basic knowledge. Foreign used cars in Mombasa are cheaper than in Nairobi simply because of the expenses incurred from the port to the showroom. Is that clear? I think that one we are done. Now, when you are buying a car, I'll put this in 2 categories. There's locally used cars and there are foreign used cars. If you are buying a locally used car, ensure, because let me not go into details, I'm talking about documentation. Ensure when you are there, please be shown the original logbook of that car that you want to buy. If you have agreed on price, be shown the logbook. Just know who is the owner of that logbook. Is that clear? If you want, you can also do search. I think it's 500 shilling on the eCitizen portal. You can do search if you want. But let you see the logbook. Now, on that logbook, ensure that the chassis number and the engine number, they match with what is on the logbook. If you're buying a locally used car, I want to be very clear there. Check the engine number, check the chassis number. Are they the same? Are we together? And after you've agreed, after you've paid, let the transfer be done immediately. Usianze kuambia sijui nini, sijui hata kama ni saa 6 usiku, even if it's midnight, transfer still can be done. You don't need the government there. Are we together? So usinunue gari alafu ambiwe, not unless if it's sometimes NTSA portal was nasumbua. Not unless if it's that way, make some calls. Kuuliza, is it true portal inasumbua nini na nini? but basically siku hizi portal zinafanya ensure as you pay, as you leave that showroom, the transfer has been done to your name. Logbook utafuata baadaye. Siku hizi hata unaweza pata logbook on the same day, especially if you buy in the morning. Kuna jamaa wetu wa NTSA wanaweza kusukumia by close of business that day, you have it. So if you're buying a locally used car, be very sure with that document, that is the logbook, and let the transfer be done before you leave that showroom. Now, if you're coming to buy a foreign used car, hizi gari tumeimport, two things, yeah. There are so many documents, the export, the export sheet, all those things. But today I'll narrow down to two things, yeah. Ensure that the duty was paid, and you will ask for the administrative paper. Administrative paper. This administrative paper, unaona hapa penye nimesako hapa, huwa inaonyesha the duty, if the duty has been paid. Director pale kwa kamera umeona pale pameandikwa 2.5. Finya 2.5 itazoom. Umeona hapo? Hapo tu 2.5. Imezoom? Very good. Hapa so unaona kama hapa hii ilikuwa Toyota Harrier, duty imelipwa. Is that clear? So ensure that duty has been paid. Utapewa ya administrative paper. Back to 1. Si sawa? Tuendelee. So on the duty, ensure the duty has been paid. So mnasikia kuna magari sijui zinatoka Dubai, sijui zinatoka wapi, zimeibwa. So you drive the car, then all of a sudden, bam, unashikwa. You are driving a car whose duty has not been paid to KRA. So ensure duty has been paid. Look at that administrative paper. It has all the details there. The type of car you are buying, blah blah blah. Kama ni two wheel, zote ziko hapo, then duty paid. Then the other thing ni certificate of roadworthiness, inapeanwa na Kenya Bureau of Standard, na hata hii unaweza confirm QSJ from QSJ online. Itakwambia, itaonyesha chassis number ya gari, model ya gari, year of manufacture na mileage wakati gari ilikuwa inaangaliwa kutoka Japan. It will show you the latest mileage. So if these things are there available, please just make sure they are there if you are buying a foreign used car. Are we together? Let me not spend a lot of time on documentation. Now let us go to the elephant in the house, and this is hire purchase. Now if you are to ask me, is it the best way to buy a car? I'll tell you no. The best way to buy a car is just cash. Come, pay, you're done. Transfer imefanywa, umeachana na showroom. Cash. And when I say cash, I do not mean carrying cash in the bags and dropping to the showroom. No, I mean transfer cash, mnamalizana na showroom. Is that clear? So that has always been the best method of buying a car. But if need be, there reaches a time where you need a car and you don't have a full amount. This is when now hire purchase comes in. Are we together? This is when hire purchase comes in. Now, in our case, there are some people when they are offering hire purchase, they need the bank statement, they check on CRB. In our case, we don't want so many things. Come with your ID, come with your KRA pin, we are good. We are not going to check CRB, blah, blah, blah. We don't have that time. We'll not even ask for a guarantor, but because I've always said there are some people's issues which are a bit private. So we don't involve a guarantor there. Is that clear? So ID, KRA pin, we are good to go. You can pay between 24 or 30 months. That's the repayment period, as I'm going to show you. Are we together? These cars have different categories, guys. We have cars that are in that category where you pay interest of 10K per month. I know many people don't want to break this down, but I'll try to do it very fast, right? So cars like Probox, those cars that are between 0 shillings and 1.75 there, or let me say 1.85, they will fall into this category. Though we have some greedy people, even those cars in that category, they will put more than this. So on fair ground, this is how supposed to be. Cars like Vitz, Fielder, Demio, Datumira. Datumira represents all the Uber cars. This Probox, you see, these cars in this category, you should get 10K per, the interest should be 10K. I'm going to show you how it's calculated, yeah? 10K per month. So if you are going to take per year, on top of the buying price, you will get 120. If you are going to take for 2 years, on top of the buying price, it will be 240. Or if you are going to take 30 months, on top of the buying price, it will be 300K. Let's look for an example. Let's use the Toyota Probox, yeah? Toyota Probox, how is this done? The buying price for the Toyota Probox is 1.3, okay? Now, the minimum deposit is 550,000, okay? Then, you take 1.3, right, minus your deposit. Are we together? You get 750K. So, 750, I'm using 30 months, yeah? 750 plus 300K. You know where the 300K is coming from? That is 10 times 3 times 30 months, right? So, that's where you get the 300k. So 750 plus 300 is equals 1,050,000. You take 1,050,000 divided by the number of months you've taken, 30 months. How much will you be paying per month? 35,000 per month. I hope that's clear. So if you are going to take 1 year, it will be just the buying price. Then when you come here, the buying price minus your deposit plus 120. Altogether, not 300. If it's 2 years, then it will be 240. Remember, I'm showing this as 550, the minimum deposit. Remember, if you have a bigger deposit, the better for you. The higher the deposit, the better. I hope I'm making myself clear there. Is that clear? Though there's something I'm going to talk about this deposit as we go by. Okay, so our next category, we look at these cars. Yeah, these are the cars that have passed the 2 million mark, from 2.2, 2.3 up to around 2.9 there. We are talking of cars like CX3, X-Trail there, Honda, I mean not Honda, Mitsubishi RVR. We have the Honda Vezel and the Noah, the Voxes, the Serenas. No, Serena is a bit low. Yeah, the Noah, Voxes, Honda Stepwagon, the Esquire. Those ones are within that category. So these ones, in many cases, you will get, the calculation will be around 13k per month, between 13 and 15k, depending with how greedy the showroom is. So 13k per month. So per year, of course, it will be around 156. 2 years, it will be around 312. And 30 months, that is 2.5 years, it will be 390k on top of the buying price. Let's get an example. We've picked the Honda Vezel, right? The Honda Vezel asking price is 2.5, right? Deposit at least 1.3, though 1.2 can also work. So you take the buying price 2.5 minus 1.3, you get 1.2. Sawa? You take that 1.2, remember I said I'll be using 30 months, yeah? 1.2 plus 390 is equals 1.59. Then 1.59 divided by the number of months you are going to use, you will be paying around 53k per month. 53,000 per month. You see, that is on rough estimate. Remember, guys, point to note the amount of deposit. Let me explain this. The higher the deposit, the better for you. Is that clear? Instead of, for example, if we've said the deposit is 1.3 and maybe you can get 1.5, the better. Now, this is where the better part is. Yeah? If, for example, this car you've seen, it is under the category of 13,000 per month. If you come with a bigger deposit, this car can be taken back to 10,000 per month. That is one advantage. The higher the deposit, the calculation will even favor you. Instead of now 13,000 per month, it will go to the category of 10,000 per month. The other thing about this deposit, the higher the deposit, the better for you. That means the monthly installment will be less. Is that clear? Period taken. For example, you've taken 30 months, right? Then you happen to clear it within 15 months. That means 150,000 will be scrapped off. In that case of 10. You see, if you take a shorter period, the interest that is always accumulating every month, they will count the months that you've paid ahead. Then they calculate that total amount, they scrap it off, you are given your car. Altogether, and that one should be stated clearly when on the day of purchasing. What if I finish early? I've taken 30 and I've decided to pay within 24 months. So which means I've paid 6 months ahead. Take the interest per month for those 6 months times the number of months, scrap it off, you get your car. That's a good deal. Okay, we continue. We also have another category. Yeah, these are some mid-size SUVs. This is a bigger category, not the highest SUVs, but these cars are between 2.9, 3 million, almost up to around 5 or 4.8 million. We are talking of the likes of CX5, Mercedes C-Class or E-Class. We are talking of Harrier, Toyota Rush. This is Outlander. We are talking of Toyota RAV4. Those ones are in that category. Now you see, the higher you go, the hotter it becomes. This is the other way around. So that means it is going, the calculation will go higher. Instead of 10 or 13, you will be getting around 18k per month. You get that, yeah? So this is simply saying per year, the buying price plus 216. 2 years, the buying price plus 432. 2.5 years, the buying price plus 540. When you're coming to buy these cars, okay? Let's take, for instance, our favorite car here. That is the Toyota Harrier. The Toyota Harrier is going for around 3.7, yeah? Minimum deposit, try to get at least 1.5, 1.6, right? 3.7 minus 1.6, you get 2.1. 2.1 plus 30 months, the interest will be 540, you get that. Divide by 30 months, you get 88,000 per month. Now, if you feel like this amount is so much, too much, yeah, then increase this. Increase the deposit, so this one will go down. Is that clear? That is for those people who wish. I know this has been a dream car for so many people. Those who wish to have that car, get that in mind. Now let us go also to the highest trim, right? These are the likes of Kina Prado. I can see we have a Q7 here, we have a Prado, we have a Range Rover, we have an X7 BMW, we have LC300 there. This category ni ile ya mabazu, okay? So you'll expect a big amount here per 20k, so that is 240 per year. Simply whatever we've been calculating here, 2 years, 480, 30 months, 600k. So let's take for example, we are using the Prado. I'll go with the lowest Prado, that is the Toyota Prado petrol. They are going for around 6.3, minimum deposit 3.5. 6.3 minus 3, what did I say? 6.3 minus, hii hesabu naona imekorogeka hapa. Director wangu amenikosea hapa. Deposit is supposed to be 3.5. So it is 6.3 minus, let me, I don't know how I can do it, but this how is supposed to be 6.3 minus a deposit of 3.5. Is that clear? If you get that, the answer you get divide by plus the 600 total interest, then you divide by 30 months, then that will give you the exact amount. I think this is where the mistake came from. So this amount, but it will be around there. It will be around 112, 113, 114. Yeah, in the comment section, if you do, please let me know. I know there are some little errors there. Okay, so that is as far as hire purchase is concerned in different categories. So if you are interested to buy any car, ask me which category does your car fall into, then I'll definitely explain. Sawa? Now if you're coming to buy a car, as we finalize here, if you're coming to buy a car, it falls into different categories. I don't know if you can see me. Let me switch on the light so that so that people can see me clearly. Okay, now if you're coming to buy a car, this is just my piece of advice, and I have my own reason as to why. I've been dealing with cars for so many years, so I can advise you basing on what I know. In each category, I've selected some cars and I'll tell you the reason as to why. Okay, let's start with the Uber category. For those people who are buying, okay, this car we call them Uber, but you still can use them as a car for your family use, your fast car, nini nini. These are cars that are around 650cc. There are quite many. I've just given an example here. We have the Suzuki Alto, we have the Suzuki Wagoner, we have the Daihatsu Mira, we have the Daihatsu Move, we have the Nissan Daisy, we have the Mitsubishi EK Wagon. There are so many. Now these cars, guys, why am I selecting one of them to be the best? I'm looking at durability, maintenance, performance, and also space. Are we together? Yeah. Is this car durable? Have we had a lot of complaints about it? No. Is it fuel efficient? Yes. Does it have a good space? Yes. When I want to upgrade and resell it, will I get a customer easily? Yes. In this category, the car that we feel is the best, as I've always said, is the Suzuki Wagon R. Suzuki Wagon R. That is the best car. It's a best, especially the hybrid one. Best fuel. It can give you up to 30 kilometers per liter. Best space. It has a very good space there. Nice one, eh? Okay. Resale value, good. Easy to maintain, spares, easily available. So in that category, we'll give the Wagon R. In this category of just the small family cars, you've just been employed, unawashawashwa na pesa, unataka gari. You want also to feel how people with cars feel, eh? You don't have a lot of money. Which car can I advise you to buy? In this category, we have so many cars, but I've given an example of Demio, Vitz, this is Suzuki Belano. We have the Polo, the Golf in that category. Of course, if it comes to speed and blah, 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 of course, the Germany machines will also win. But I'm looking at affordability, easy to maintain, easy to resell. Which car here wins? The car that wins here, of course, it will always be the Mazda Demio, and I'll insist, go for the petrol one which is very good, easy to maintain. Diesel, if you are a person who is using long distance, then you can go for diesel. But home work, Mazda Demio will always win that race. Are we together? We are almost done. The next category, we look at the sedans. The sedans, I know there are so many. Here I've given an example of the Allions, the Passat, the Premio, the Honda Accord. We also have the Honda Grace, the Axio. Okay, we have so many in that category. But now in this case, we are looking at the car that is affordable, easy to maintain, easy to sell, fuel efficient, and it can take you anywhere. We are talking of the Toyota Axio. This car is 1500cc, cheap to buy, easy to maintain, fuel efficient. If you want to resell it, very easy, customers are available to get. So in this category, I will go with the Toyota Axio. Are we together? But if you have a deeper pocket, why not? You can go to the Allions, you can go to the Premios. Yeah, you can go. In fact, it's the cheapest. The Axio is the cheapest but performs well. Space almost the same. These ones, the other ones are a bit expensive, and the CC is also big. So the next category, the third last category is the mini SUVs. Not the mid-size, these are the mini SUVs. We have the likes of RVR, CX-3, and Honda Vezel. Okay, this one is 1800cc, 1500cc, 1500cc. Now, which car is good? Of course, the Honda Vezel will win. Why am I saying that? Especially the hybrid one, 1500cc. Fuel efficient, perfect. The way it looks, the looks, good. The space, good. Maintenance, easy. I still pick the Honda Vezel all day. Don't get me wrong. The RVR and the CX-3 have no problem. But if you are to compare with this car, it will squash them off. How much is this car? 2.6. How much is this car? If it's petrol, 2.5. If it's diesel, 2.3. How much is this car? 2.5. I'll go for that one. Okay. The next category is the mid-size SUVs now. That's where we have the likes of Honda CR-V, CX-5, Forester, Harrier, Outlander, X-Trail. In this case, these are the mid-size SUV just before you get to the SUVs. Now, here we are looking at performance. Also, we are looking at affordability, availability of spares, comfortability, resale value, fuel efficient, and the car that wins in that category without a doubt should be this car, the Toyota Harrier. Harrier is not very expensive to buy. Okay, it's expensive compared to CX-5 and X-Trail. Is it comfortable? Of course, it comes with the leather seats, very nice. Okay, does it have all the features? Yes, if you go to the highest trim, it has all the features that you need. The sunroof is there, heated seats, steering wheel controls, cruise control, everything this car has. Is it easy to maintain? Very easy. So Toyota spares are easily available. Is it fuel efficient? 2000cc. It comes with the latest engine is good, so it saves fuel. So the Toyota Harrier will definitely win here. And the last category here, we are talking of the SUV. Hizi ni zile gari za watu wenye wako na extra coin in the pocket, not for a normal Kenyan. There are so many, the likes of Q7, the likes of the Lexus. Either we are talking of LX570, LX600. We are talking of the GLEs. There, the GLE 350D, 450D. We are talking of the LC300. We are talking of the Range Rovers. All those categories and all the Prados. For me, I know every person will choose their different cars there. Kila mtu wako na nini yake. But for me, if I was to choose, I'll go for the Prado. I know you'll talk about the stability na nini, if it's on high speed, but I have my reasons as why I'll choose the Prado. I'll go for the top spec. That is the Prado TZG. It comes with everything you'll need. Some of those cars do not have even air suspension. I did a full video about this car. This car comes with everything you'll need in an SUV. It's a 7-seater. It comes with sunroof, heated seats. It has air suspension. It has cruise control. It has crawl control. It has all the different terrain setting. I'll go for Prado. It is cheap compared to some of these big wigs here. In fact, if you are to compare, the Prado happens to be the cheapest there. But it performs almost the same. So, if you want something which is affordable and it performs well and it has all the features that you'll get in all these big wigs, just go and buy the TZG. Is that clear? As we finalize, guys, if you're outside there and you need any car deal, guys, you know what to do. Our numbers are just there. 0725152722. Give us a call. We'll try as much as possible to give you the best deal in town. But either you want foreign used or local used, we'll try as much as possible to give you the best deal. Thank you for watching. If you are new here and you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, we really appreciate. We don't take that for granted, and we really want to take this opportunity to appreciate all those people who have come nimeuzia magari. We don't take that for granted. We really appreciate. Go spread the gospel there na mtuletee clients wengi. Till the next one, guys. Bella ciao.